Hey, Andrew.
Yes, Ryan.
You excited to play Mighty Number 9?
Go fuck yourself. This gun in my mouth and crying when I don't have the guts to pull the trigger.
Should that be our new intro? We could just start every week with it. I had that was like poetry. We could do that.
Start every week with gentle. So the way me and Ryan psych ourselves into this podcast is we sit down on a couch and put a shotgun underneath our chin and try to pull the trigger, and we start crying, and the other one just sits there next to us chanting, "Pussy, fucking do it already!"
Yeah, exactly like that. And somehow it never gets done. We just ridicule each other nonstop. Welcome back to the Explosion of Happiness, episode number 38. It is June 22nd, 2016. It's time to contemplate suicide with us.
Yay!
I'm your host, Ryan.
And this weekly podcast. Oh wait, I'm Andrew.
Well, no one cares about you anyway, so yeah.
I my mind is totally fucked. So I'm Andrew. Cool. This weekly podcast, we cry and share our feelings. So, you play anything fun? I mean, we didn't talk about games at all last week. We both played Wasted a little bit, I think. That's a fucking weird game. It's like Fallout, but takes itself even less seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know if I care for the setting or the humor. I don't really like the idea that everybody's a fucking moron.
I really wish that they didn't just parody the fuck out of Fallout because...
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like Fallout, so I was about to say I like this game much more than Fallout, so I'm okay with the setting, but every time I just go through the menu and stuff, it reminds me of Fallout 4 and makes me hate it.
Yeah, it feels like the only identity the game has is like, oh, it's Fallout, except everybody's a fucking idiot and an alcoholic, ha ha ha. And it's like, yeah, that's...
Yeah, the jokes don't...
Yeah.
The jokes just don't really mesh together that well.
Yeah.
I feel like such a hipster, judging humor, but that's the case.
Did you find the one guy who wants you to go find his girlfriend?
No. How far did you get?
Not that far. I had one character where I got 3 or 4 hangovers, and then I lost them.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty good build. I had the hangover that made people explode.
Yeah, I had that too.
And then I got a bunch of armor that really ups my oblit skill, which lowers your damage you take from explosions. And I had armor that lowered my the damage I take from explosions. And I just had a rifle that I would shoot people in the head twice, and they'd usually die and explode and kill everybody around them. And it was working out really well. And then I found these new guys that were basically Fallout super mutants, and they fucking raped me. They had rifles, automatic rifles, and just shot me to death. And
how far into the first little dungeon thing have you gotten into? How many floors down?
You know how it's segmented into areas? The first area is the staging area, and then the second area is the bunker, whatever it's called, where people sleep. I've made it to the end of that second area. Every time I've made to the end of the second area, I'm out of healing items. I'm out of ammo. I'm fucked. So I always drink a beer when I get there.
That's exactly how far I've got. Mm-hmm. 6 levels down, I think, and then
I think that sounds right. It's I always hate saying the game should be easier because I feel no, you don't understand. You just have to get into it. But I have to say, for this being the start of the game, I really don't feel like my character is getting stronger. I feel like I have a decent understanding of the game that I could probably maybe go a little bit farther, but just the way you're limited, oh, you can only have 100 of so many bullets, pistol ammo. Did I stop finding pistol ammo? Even though there's probably 200 bullets behind me, I'm out of pistol ammo, and I'm well, I don't have any guns for any other kind. Well, so I guess my run's over.
I usually try to start using brass knuckles by the time I get to the end of the second floor.
Yeah, I've kind of had that suspicion that going melee might be the best way.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you have the exploding thing like I did, then that's when you realize, well, I'm fucked. So I found 100 ways to fuck myself in that game. I've not figured out a working strategy yet. Mm-hmm. But it's, I guess, addicting enough that I want to keep trying to beat it, even though I haven't really been enjoying it. I just wish there was an option to toggle off the SOB. And I understand that's the whole...
God, yeah.
That is the whole point of, it just adds all the tension and makes you speed through the level and have to go... I liked that the first time they introduced it, but then after playing the game for an hour, I realized, no, I actually don't like this. And I noticed by reading the reviews, that seems to be the split opinion. Some people like it, some people don't, and I guess you could put me in the don't care for it category.
Yeah, I don't like the SOB either. I agree with you. When you find splitting paths, and instead of thinking, oh, which path should I take, I'm thinking, I swear to God, if I take the wrong fucking path and get killed by the SOB, I'm going to be so fucking pissed.
Yeah.
That's happened to me twice.
Yeah, that feeling where I always end up dropping a game is where I've gone this long winding path and come to a dead end and go, well, fuck this.
Yeah. I've quickly noticed that my feelings for this game is like when I load up the game, it's like, you know what sounds fun? I'm going to play Wasted. And then I enjoy it. I'm having a good time. And then something fucking stupid happens. I die and I rage quit. And I'm just like,
oh, it's a roguelike. Gotta get good.
Go fuck me. I guess the dice weren't with me this time. GG. Get good, nub.
I asked our friend Kyle about that. Does it ever get easier to navigate? Like, do you just figure something out? Does some new sense come to you? And he said it's all tile-based. Eventually, you could just probe ahead and, like, try to figure it out. At least he claims to. I think, personally, maybe the game should just offer a bonus for getting through the stage really fast and maybe have the SOBs show up, like, 3 times as long after the point in which it does. Or at least make an easier mode that allows that. Because I guess the difficulty the game is at, obviously, that's what the developers want you to play it at. But it doesn't exactly ease you in at the difficulty it starts you off at. But, roguelike, get good, all that.
Yep, yeah.
It sucks, though, because it's just like the things that I do enjoy about it, I wish I had a little more space to enjoy it instead of just being rushed so much.
Yeah, I definitely get that feeling, too.
Maybe just somewhere midway, like the SOB just takes a little bit longer to come after you.
Right.
I just have no idea how much crazier the game gets later.
And I kind of wish that there was a better way of feeling like you're building up your character. Because the best armor I got was the thing that you could craft at home, where you need like the leather and another piece of suit armor, and you make like the armored leather jacket. And it's like, cool. I'm guessing you can get more recipes somehow, and that might be the best gear. But like, I keep just finding the same shit over and over again. I get to the 6th floor, I'm like, well, I got nothing. Oh wait, I got like a laser gun. That's really cool, except that I never find laser gun ammo. So I end up leaving, and I feel like I'm not that much stronger or even a little bit weaker than when I went in. And that's really defeating. I get the idea that they want to go for a cycle, that you go in and you leave a little bit stronger, and the next time you go in, you leave a little bit stronger. You kind of keep that cycle going, and you need to play defensively because you don't want to perma-lose your character and shit.
Yeah, I don't really dig that.
Yeah,
it's
what's funny is talking about this game is starting to make me realize I really do not like this game.
Same. I was thinking maybe Andrew will come in and he'll be way better at than me, and he'll tell me I need to get good, and then I'll learn the error of my race. But we're both in the same boat.
Well, it's like when I play, I like the roguelite genre. I've played a lot of roguelites. Usually, you kind of figure out something, and like these kind of games, you can kind of give a point, or like, oh man, you try and do this, or just do this, or like, yeah, like with Faster Than Lights, like by the time I get to the 2nd or 3rd system, the end of the 2nd or 3rd system, I pretty much know if I should just re-roll at that point by what I've gotten. I've put enough hours in that game. So there's some advice to be given there. Whereas with this one, I just feel like, oh yeah, you're just going to get fucked a bunch and wonder what the fuck you're doing wrong, and you'll keep playing out of some weird, sick desire to do better, but you'll never actually do better, and then you'll find yourself sitting on the couch with a shotgun in your mouth, hesitating to pull the trigger as tears stream down your face, and your friend sitting next to you just screaming, "Do it, you fucking pussy!"
Oh, well, I didn't think we were going to just suddenly start talking about that, but good to get that off the chest. I don't know if I'm going to go back to that game. Because I know you're right, I do want to go. I want to find out. Like it's like a rabbit hole that I want to keep digging myself down deeper into. But it's really trying to fuck me up the ass every time I do it.
I'm like expecting to go in there this one time and just have like that magic run where the stars align, luck's in my favor. I get all the shit I want to get, and then I can get to the 9th or 12th floor and maybe start getting better gear. Maybe like I just need to push a little bit further so the advancement system speeds up, so I actually feel a reward going into that place. Most of the time, I just come back with a shitload of TP, which, by the way, I fucking hate toilet humor. I'm not a fan of, like, shit, puke, piss.
Scatological humor is what it's called.
Okay, thank you. Scatological humor. I don't like that humor. I usually do not find it funny. The whole idea of, oh, everybody's got the run, so TP's our currency is so just like... it is so basic humor, and I'm here I am, yeah, like you said, a hipster turning my nose up at the humor of this game, but I hate that TP is the fucking money in this game, but whatever.
I think just doing a podcast getting to us, we're starting to think too high of ourselves.
Yes, you're right.
I think if this is our first episode, we'd be like, that was so funny!
But now we know better. We've played Undertale. We know what art looks like.
Truly.
God. So, like, whenever I go in there, I feel like the only thing I'm bringing back in value is a large amount of TP, like 800 TP. And then I go to the mall, and all I can buy is like fucking ammo. So I stock up on rifle ammo because rifle ammo is kind of rare, and the rifle I had was good. And then I go back and repeat, and I come back out, and I spent some of that rifle ammo, and all I got is TP, which I used to replenish my ammo. I just feel like I'm in a fucking routine and not going forward. That proverbial, you're stuck in the mud just spinning your tires. That totally describes this game to me. Like, I feel like I'm accomplishing nothing every time I play. But I want to keep playing because I want to accomplish something. It's a goddamn fucking... It's not even a Skinner box because it's not giving me positive reinforcement. It's just giving me negative reinforcement. And I'm just like, Daddy, I want to do good, Daddy. But I can't. I suck at this game. I suck at all video games. Fuck.
It's life in a nutshell.
So yeah, just go on with that. I'm going to rant about Overwatch now to kind of explain why I'm
Go ahead. Yeah,
I'm terrible at first-person shooters, and the more I play Overwatch, the more this is true to me. I fucking suck at these games. I've been on a shitty losing streak all fucking day. I took this week off. I'm on vacation this week, and I'm like, today's the day I'm going to play shit ton of Overwatch. And all I did today was fucking lose. And I'm terrible. There was one game I did really well, but we still got steamrolled. I was Roadhog, and I had 5 gold medals. That means I was first in fucking everything on my team. Even healing. The only heal I can do as Roadhog is I can fucking heal myself. And I have the Fuck! I am so frustrated. God damn it. I want Overwatch to be fun again. That first week of Overwatch was so much fun. The community's, in my opinion, has already turned to shit. I am shit at the game, and normally I don't say anything. Like, if somebody's talking in a positive teamwork manner, I will try to communicate and keep it brief and not say a whole lot. But I did have one shining moment. It wasn't today. I think it was like Monday, where I was Reaper, and I just did my press Q to win that everybody fucking calls it, even though it wasn't. I had to fucking set that shit up, and the other team still bitched at me like, oh, you have so much skill, even though I killed the entire fucking enemy team. And then, like, my team, I'm like, I said, like, everybody push, team kill, like, go. And we won. And then my entire team was like complimenting me on the play of the game. That felt amazing. That felt great. I love that moment. That's like the last good moment of fun I've had with that game. I just had one shitty day.
So what happens to you when you don't get that shining moment?
Yeah, this is what happens when you... No, it's not even like... This is what happens when I just basically get shit on for the whole game. And a lot of it is just dealing with really shitty people. Like, maybe if you have a higher match... What is it called? Matchmaking rank? Or whatever, MMR?
Yeah.
Maybe, like, people at a higher MMR are, like, understanding that it's a team-based game and you shouldn't shit on your teammates and you should be nice to your opponents and have good team spirit. And, so I doubt everybody has the same experience I do with this game. But it seriously feels like I cannot go again without at least one person opening their fucking mouth and being a total shithead.
From what I read in forums of concerning Counter-Strike, it sounds like people in the lowest skill are really, really, really shitty. And then everyone kind of in the middle is pretty cool. And then once you get to the very top, everyone becomes really shitty again because everyone's so desperate to stay up there. So you need to get yourself kind of in the middle. Unless Overwatch, maybe the secret is in Overwatch, you're always on the bottom.
That's what it feels like today. Is like I feel like I'm always on the bottom, but I've literally joined games that were like in the middle of being lost, and it's just like, cool, another loss. This is sweet. Yay.
I wasn't even planning to say this, but I actually played a little bit of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer last weekend for like 2 days. And I say 2 days is about how long that multiplayer in these games stays fun, because it only takes about 2 days to find your one weapon that you're going to use all the time. And, you can try other guns, but you'll always go back to that one gun because that's the one play style that works for you. That's the problem with all shooters that have loadouts like Call of Duty. And then beyond that, then all you have to do is realize, the victory, at least in team deathmatch, just goes to whichever team just finds the best spot to camp.
Yeah.
And then once you find the best spot to camp in every map, you go there and you hope your team does, and then you win or you lose, and that's the game. At least that is objectively what's wrong with Call of Duty's multiplayer. It's so simple, but the more interesting thing is, if you're even vaguely intelligent, you can absolutely dominate in that game. I was fucking wiping the floor with players who've been playing it for months, like top-level players, like top prestige, top level, with best gun, best gear, got all this crazy costume shit that they got from the fucking black market. And you can go in there in like 2 days and just some vague knowledge of shooters and at least hold your ground against them, especially if your team is on the same skill level as you. Whenever I get worn down I just go to Call of Duty and wipe the floor with people because it makes me feel better about myself. Because everyone who plays that game is so
stupid. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, so again,
if I play some Call of Duty, I can actually learn how to fucking shoot a gun.
Hey, this fall when the new one comes out, if you're still set, you said you don't want to buy it if it has bad DLC practices. It's going to, but I might just get it out of interest just to have a PS4 title to play online because I think I'm going to give up on Xbox Live. That's ending for me in a month, and I'm not going to renew it. Because I spent my time with all the Xbox games I own, just said, nope, not doing it for me anymore. I'm done. Goodbye, Microsoft. I played a little Destiny and dropped that for the third time. Every time I play Destiny, I go to it with more optimism, like maybe this will be the time I understand. And then each time I drop it, I go, no, this is definitely one of the worst games I've ever played. I don't say that lightly. There's two kinds of bad games. There's like bad, poorly designed, and there's bad as in this is just not fun. And every time I play it, I'm like, this is just not fun. I think I understand why people find it fun. You're going to get a slightly better gun every level. Whoop-de-fucking-do. It's going to do the same thing as your last gun, except it's going to put a higher damage output out. And then you're going to feel mildly better as you just slowly crawl your way up to the fucking top of the leveling tree. And then you get to do the fun raids with your friends that I don't have, so I'm never going to get to do. So fuck that game.
Yeah, what's funny is there's an even worse game than that ripped that game off, and they suck. And I can't... Tom Clancy's whatever.
Oh, The Division.
Yeah, The Division.
Yeah, I've been wondering, is that game better than Destiny? I'm like,
no, it's worse, dude. Like, they did nothing to prevent hacks. Like, there's, like, within weeks, there's hacks, like, where basically you have infinite ammo and you never need to reload and shit. And it was a serious problem that they never bothered to fix. Well, maybe they fixed it now, but it took them a long time, so. Yeah, yeah. Tom Clancy's The Destiny. God, whatever the fuck. I don't care. I'm in a shit mood. I'm just gonna...
It's okay. That's what we're here for.
I know, this is grade A podcasting, listening to somebody be a whiny bitch.
Well, after a week after E3, what has gelled in your mind? Is there anything that's like you've realized that you liked a lot more than you thought you did, or vice versa?
Oh, from E3?
Yeah.
I find that I am mentally retarded because I think the game I might be the most hyped for is Death Stranding, and I know zero about that game. The only thing I know about that game is it's fucking weird. It is Hideo Kojima, which means that logically it's probably going to be bad, but for whatever reason, I'm excited about it and I want to know more. So I'm certifiably, I have below 50 IQ.
Well, it's like I said last week, curiosity is the ultimate marketing scheme, and you got a ton of curiosity. Yeah. It also speaks volumes about like all the other games shown not being as interesting as the one you know nothing about.
Right. The other one that was really interesting to me was Deus Ex Mankind Divided. That game just looks really good, and so does Dishonored too.
Yeah.
I feel like those are the games that I'm like actually legitimately excited for, legitimately hyped for. And the two that I'm like honestly curious about are Death Stranding and The Legend of Zelda.
I've been really wanting to know more about Quake Champions because I'm secretly hoping that game is actually going to be good. But what I know what I'm actually doing, I'm setting myself up for disappointment so that when they actually show what it is, I'm going to go fuck and then come to this podcast and just swear a lot for like an hour. But no, I realized I think the game I'm actually most looking forward to, I didn't even call it out when you asked me what my top games were, and it's actually Spider-Man, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited to see what Insomniac does with Spider-Man, and I've just been thinking about it for the last week, like, oh man, that Spider-Man game, and actually the first Spider-Man, which wasn't open world, I liked that one a lot, even though it was just average. I haven't played Spider-Man in over a decade. That would be really fun to go back to, especially if it's really good. I just hope it's good. I would love to play a good open world Spider-Man game.
Yeah, if they do Spider-Man well, I think Spider-Man is... Hold on one second. I'm just going to turn the mic off real quick so you don't have to hear it. Oh, sorry about that. I had to clear my nose. Okay. Yeah, I said it last week as well, but I think Spider-Man is... Hold on a second. My mic is all droopy. God damn it. Stop.
Did you sneeze on it or something?
No, it's not. No, I didn't sneeze on it.
Did you do something else with it?
Yes, I did. I used it as a jizz rag. Okay.
That... Okay, so what does that make this? Do you understand, listener, what this is now?
Well, Speaking of somebody that shoots white stuff everywhere, yes, Spider-Man.
Giving people cancer with his jizz. I hope that's in the game. I hope he has weaponized semen.
God, that was a plot point.
Weaponized semen. Spider semen.
Stop. God damn it. You're making me have fun and enjoy myself. Stop. Okay. I said it last week, but I really do sincerely think that Spider-Man is one of the better heroes to make a video game out of. Like, Batman's cool because he has like the toolkit and stuff, and he can do stealth. He's like good for that kind of game. I think Superman is just fucking god awful. I legitimately think that the only really good Superman game would pretty much be a god simulator where you get to like blow up planets if you want to. Actually, that sounds awesome.
What he made Superman 64 was great.
Go fuck yourself. Other heroes like Captain America, I'm like, what's the point? He's just, if you made a Captain America video game, he'd just be like any other like main character video guy. Wow, that sentence was amazing. If like you made a game out of Captain America, it would just be like any other generic hero. Like, oh, he's super buff and can run fast, so can fucking everybody else. Spider-Man actually has cool, interesting shit. And he has a basic premise of me catch bad guys in New York with crazy ass fucking villains. And he has a really cool line of villains. And maybe I'm just biased as fuck because I grew up watching his cartoon show. So there's like some nostalgia working for him as well. But yeah, in that regard, I am excited for the Spider-Man game. If it's a good game, it will probably be a ton of fun.
I don't think it is because all I saw was the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. Then I played the game. Actually, I played the games before I saw the movie, and that's what introduced me to Spider-Man. I learned about all the villains and all that stuff from there, and I just really got absorbed in it. The Spider-Man games actually got me interested in Spider-Man.
Oh, man. We should play Spider-Man and Venom together.
What was that?
A really okay to shitty beat 'em up.
Is that like Super Nintendo or something?
Yep. Super Nintendo.
I would be okay with it. I should actually add that to the list. I was thinking we should also play Resident Evil 6 together now that a potentially good Resident Evil's
I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to play 6 together.
Yeah.
That seems like the only good way to do it is to go to a bar, drink, go home, and play Resident Evil 6 while drunk.
Yeah. You know how long that game is? There's 3 campaigns, and, well, I don't know if...
I heard that they're like all 6 to 10 hours each.
Yeah, so I heard it's about
20 hours, I think.
I heard it's up to about 30 in total. Ugh. But that depends on probably difficulty and how well we do. So I think the average is 30 for most people.
So I think what we should do is we should set it to the highest difficulty.
I agree.
And then drink beforehand so we're handicapped.
Just
make it a shit show.
I was saying to myself, because I am going to record that, absolutely. I don't know if I'll stream it. But I was thinking, well, that'd actually be entertaining. Well, I just have to crop it to the entertaining parts if I make a video of it. But if we get fucking wasted and play it on the hardest difficulty, just stay stuck on the beginning and just get infinitely pissed off at whatever the beginning is, that might be great. And by great, I mean terrible, but terrible and great.
It's magic.
Chaotic. Yeah. Good things and bad things kind of just go together with us. And when it does, it's like magic. It becomes an explosion of happiness.
He worked the title of the show into the episode.
Yeah. I'm like a not so witty writer.
Sometimes when they do that, I go like, "Oh, they did it," and then other times I'm just like, "I really fucking that's why you named this." I can't think of any examples off the top of my head. So
either that, or it's because they came up with the title before they even wrote the movie, and then they thought it was smart to do that.
I mean, some of it's like obvious, like we're the Avengers from the Avengers. Like that gets no reaction out of me. But
you got me thinking when you said there couldn't be like what would Captain America be? I think Captain America, he showed up in that. I think it was a 360 exclusive, that Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I think where it was just top down sort of RPG beat 'em up like, and then there was that free to play Diablo clone. Forget what it's called, Marvel Heroes or something. I don't think I said on this podcast. I tried playing that once. When you play the free version, I think you only get 1 character slot. So I was like, well, I want to play as the Punisher, but I want to see what Rocket's like. So I'll just play as Rocket for like the beginning just to see what he's like. And then, and then I tried to start the game over after like a minute, and then it said you had to pay to basically start a new character.
Oh, wow.
So I uninstalled that and wrote a review, and it's basically nothing but profanity. But it's up on Steam. You can read it.
Nice. I'm sure it's got pulled.
No, it's still there.
Really? I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually thinking about it, I think Iron Man could probably make a really cool video game too.
Iron Man, the game was based on the original movie, was the end of the movie tie-in superhero games. There was an Iron Man game on the Xbox and PS3, I think. Mm-hmm. They actually made a sequel to it, and neither of them were good.
Third-person shooter. Holy shit, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
See, this is how dumb I am today. I couldn't remember third-person shooter.
It was, and then on top of that, you could fly around, like free flight. So, yeah, like, it should have been good. I don't know why it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking. It's like just like high action. You can do a lot of crazy shit. There's like flying and stuff like that. It could potentially be good if you do it like that, where it's like always something's happening.
I played the demo. I remembered it was like, go here, blow up these anti-air turrets or something. Generic objective in every single fucking military game ever is blow up the anti-something turrets. I love it. I fucking love it. That used to be my my criteria for determining whether a World War II game was shit or not, is if one of the levels was just destroy the anti-air guns, which was almost every D-Day mission. But I just hated that. I remember I hated Halo Reach's campaign, by the way, for the record. And there was a mission in that where it was destroy the anti-air guns. And I was like, this game fucking sucks. This is such a boring objective. Why not actually have like a mission with a story to it, with an objective I care about? It makes me, you know, interested and keeps me on the edge of my seat. No, just blow up the anti-air guns. Do the dirty work. Just get it done. Woo, that'd be fucking great. Awesome.
Wow. Sorry.
I can't let you have all the angry rants. I got to slip some in too when I can.
No, I was just going to say, didn't Dead Space have that too?
Every game has that. I just let it go now. But it was just a thing when I realized it for the first time. Like, every fucking game has a destroy the anti-air gun mission in it. It pissed me off.
Here it is. Marvel Heroes 2015. Or is that 20? Yeah, I think it's 2015. Marvel Heroes 2015. Not recommended. 0.2 hours on record. Free to play, ass shit, fuck, suck, shit. Sorry, some of these words are censored, so I'm just guessing.
Okay.
Shit. Pay to change character. Fuck, fucking, fuck dog. That's 5. What's a swear word that's 5 letters long?
Let me look it up. You know, actually, I can.
Cancer? Maybe it's cancer.
No, I wouldn't use that. Oh my god! Holy shit! Every time I come to my reviews page, my Stick RPG 2 review has been shooting up. It has 9 out of 9 people found it helpful. 100%.
Holy fuck! And if they read your other reviews, they'd realize that was a complete mistake.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I don't even think it's that good of a review, but 9 out of 9 people found it good, and 2 people found it funny. So, holy shit! All I did was basically just self-depreciate myself. Mm-hmm. But people like that. Okay, let's see. Where is it? Is it on the back? I hate this review layout. Oh, people did not like my postal review. I feel like my actual, like, honest reviews are the ones that get downvoted. They only like the funny, stupid, like, I hate myself ones.
I don't like this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Why aren't we famous yet? Oh, I can't even see. It's not. If I click on it, fuck it. It's even censoring it for me. Okay. Free to play. I don't even know. Dude. I don't remember. I was in such a fucking rage when I wrote this.
Basically, Ryan hates that game.
I just realized I'm like paying to change a character. We have finally hit like the bottom of the barrel. And I'm pretty sure the game is actually good. At least I've heard good things about it by the people who honestly play it. But just that was my like first experience within 10 minutes is that it hit me with the fucking screen that wanted me to pay money to change my character. And I was like, no, goodbye. I just wanted to play as the Punisher, the only good superhero. I'm sorry, anti-hero. Why isn't the Punisher more famous? Why isn't he more popular?
Because he's just a regular dude that's full of rage and guns.
Yeah, but the guns is the important part. He murders people. He doesn't fucking go with the whole justice, oh, I shouldn't kill, but he just fucking kills people. I like that. Probably just one of those characters better off as a supporting character, which is fine.
Because he's Spawn without the hell powers.
But I want to be him.
And I swear to God, I bet you I just pissed somebody off by saying that.
Yeah, well,
it makes my nipples hard.
I don't have enough life energy to get pissed off about it. But basically, you just called me a piece of shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I did. Ooh, another game we played was Squad. Squad doesn't run on my PC for some reason. I think it's because I have an AMD rig, and that game seems to hate AMD. And I hate AMD, so, you know.
Well, it hates everybody. It just hates you especially.
Yeah.
You're right. I played Squad. I enjoyed it, but yes, it ran like shit for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like 50 frames per second. I had to turn everything down except for the draw distance, which is important.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like rambling about that game. It's just the communication is the fun. It's not the shooting people. It's not the thrill of the kill. It's the thrill of we're coordinating as a team and I'm doing my job and the squad leader knows what he's doing and we're actually making progress together. That's the fun. Yep. Even if I'm sitting in a corridor for 30 minutes watching everyone else around me do all the fun shit, at least I get to listen along and feel like I'm a part of it. And I made the game just sound like shit by saying that, but it actually is kind of fun.
Yeah, I played DayZ, which kind of has a similar, I mean, it's different, but it's similar where it's like a lot of the game's waiting around and then you have those really fun moments and there's something addicting about that, especially when you're playing with friends and the sitting around and waiting is basically just you bullshitting with your friends.
you really feel like you're a part of something bigger than yourself. That's what was fun. Specifically, what I mentioned, there was me and my friend, our friend who I was playing with. We were just holding down 2 doorways, and I was just listening to the squad leader ordering everyone else around, saying, "You take that building, go across this bridge, take this. We need to get this position. I need you guys here." It was exciting to just listen to it and follow it along on the map. I don't know if the game would stay fun for long doing that, but it was thrilling. And then there was a moment where one of my teammates died right around the corner, and I ran out and got killed with him. And I was like, it's definitely the most unique shooter I've played. I've never played like a realistic shooter like that. It made me realize just a whole new spectrum of what can be fun with the right people. Everyone is so nice in that game.
And you know what? That is something I got that actually because I would join matches and just be like, "Hey guys, I'm really sorry. I'm going to fuck up your squad for a little bit. I apologize. I'm trying to make this game run right. I'm having a really bad hitching problem because I'm running AMD and I'm just trying a bunch of fixes I read online." And every time people would just be, "Oh yeah, that's cool. All right, fine, no problem."
Yeah.
So I'm going to just like, I'll try and keep it short. But something that's just been really fucking bugging me lately is like like internet forums or in Overwatch or even like Final Fantasy 14. They added a new 24-man raid that's punishing where if somebody fucks up, it wipes everybody and you have to start over. It's not hard. It's just a screw up can kill everybody. And I'm just getting really like annoyed with how shitty people can act towards each other. Just like screaming at each other, telling people to kill themselves or quit. Like literally in fucking Final Fantasy 14, which up until this point, most of the time people are pretty nice to each other. I had these people are just screaming, calling us Muslims. And it's like, okay. I don't even understand the point of that insult. You're just calling me a Muslim.
That's a new one, probably because you blow yourself up or something. Is that the joke?
You might actually. I think you're right. That might have been the joke. You kind of just because you can blow yourself up in that fight. So that might be why he called us Muslims.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, it wasn't even my group because the people I went into that raid with, none of us were screwing up. It was the random. We went in with 7 people and we got 1/8 random. And that 1/8 random was who was screwing it up for everybody. But it was their first time there and they were new and they felt like shit because they had like a ton of people screaming at them. And it's just like, this is.
Yeah.
And I get shit like that in Overwatch where like this dude picks Genji and he's like level 6. And then this guy who's like level 106 picks Genji. And he starts screaming at the person that's level 6 to change. They're like, "I'm better with Genji. You should switch." I was like, "Hey, bro, it's a video game. We're here to have fun." Obviously, he's new to it. Just let him fucking play that character already. I really wish people would just calm the fuck down and just realize people are people on the internet, you know? They're like, there's somebody on the other side of the screen. Yeah. Just act with a little bit of dignity.
The guaranteed rebuttal to that is, I'm just playing for fun is a cop-out. It's a non-argument. It just means you're there to waste everyone's time and not take it seriously. That's not the point. The point is, no one knows how to be forgiving at all. No one cares when someone is new. No one likes to put themselves in that situation. Remember when they were new and they didn't understand and were getting shit on.
And that's the big thing. When we did this, this raid had been out for like 1 week, 7 days. So they were new exactly 7 days ago. And they're shitting on this new person. Oh,
so they expected you to be on it the second it was out.
Yeah.
And then know everything top to bottom within a day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's generally how elitists go about those things.
Yep. And I find that, and generally speaking, those kind of people, they're just an iota above the shittiest person. And I feel like the reason why they act like that is because they know their shit subconsciously. So they have to point out the shortcomings of other people so they can be like, "I'm not the worst. See that guy right there? He's worse than me." Anyway, fun little rant right there. Let's go. Let's do news, I think.
Well, yeah, I just got one thing I wanted to bring up. It was actually news last week during E3. I just didn't want to throw it in the mix because it's... Right. I feel like it's a VR-related news, and for some reason I'm starting to get bored of talking about VR because it's like we're never going to play it for like a year or two, so why don't we keep talking about it like we...
When I mentioned what was your favorite or most exciting moment of VR... That fucking Star Trek Command game is so I don't think it was called Star Trek Command, but you know which one I'm talking about.
The Bridge Commander. Bridge Commander. Fuck that. Bridge Commander was the great game that I wanted to, flail myself over. No, that it was called Bridge Crew.
Bridge Crew. I think that's it. Yeah. That like single-handedly to me, that was the coolest fucking VR thing I've ever seen, and B, probably the coolest game that they showed at E3. But it's like I can't get excited for it because I know I'm never going to play it.
You're right. Both that Star Trek game and that Star Wars game got me interested. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, you had a Batman game. I don't know about that. But there's actual things on the PlayStation VR I'd like to try. And then that Resident Evil game is going to support the VR too. So Actually, PlayStation VR is going to probably have the most content on it sooner than others.
I don't know if the Star Trek one is for the PlayStation VR because they showed.
Oh, that's right. That was Ubisoft. Never mind.
Yeah, they showed it on the Rift, I think. But still, I mean, that's what I thought was the coolest thing. But I get what you're saying when it comes to VR. It's like, why do we keep? I think the reason why we keep talking about it is because we know it's cool.
Okay, well, you're aware of the hardware manufacturer Razer.
Yes.
I'm not a particular fan of them. I think they make overpriced products. I think it's all flash. I just generally don't like their mouses or their keyboards or anything. Yeah. But
usually with them, I've noticed you have to spend way too much before you start getting their quality stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can spend like a couple bucks less to get something from another, like Logitech or something.
Their big marketing audience is the Twitch crowd idiots who just think they're hardcore and just buy shiny shit.
Do they have like the edgiest fucking names for their shit too? Like the Adder.
I don't know. Yeah, and everything's catchy. They title everything way to make you think. If you don't know much about PC hardware, you just think they're the best based on the name. That once you hear it, I usually go Logitech.
Yeah, I've been using all my my keyboard and mouse for the longest time. I've been Logitech, and every time they break, which usually takes years for them to break, but every time they break, I just replay. I just get the exact same thing again because I like it so much.
Yeah. Now I'm no person for brand loyalty. I'll just buy the product I want, and anyway, that's kind of besides the point. What I'm getting to is Razer has a VR set that they're putting out, and it actually looks pretty impressive. It's going to only be $400. It's going to be open source. The resolution is 2160 by 1200, refresh rate of 90 hertz. The minimum requirements for graphics card is either a GeForce GTX 970 or an AMD R9 290, which is a little bit lower than the other VR sets. It's still pretty high up there, but a little bit lower. So basically, it looks like they're putting out a cheaper alternative to the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift, and it's going to be more open-ended, I guess, for the user. At least that's the goal, whatever that ends up meaning. So, it's on my radar now. It's like this alternative that wasn't there before.
Something to pay attention to, but not quite get your hopes up for.
Yeah, Oculus and HTC have their DRMs, but that's all getting broken now, apparently. You can, play Oculus-only games with HTC, with modding and stuff, and good. This now has kind of got my attention more than the other VR devices. I don't know which is going to turn out to be the best in the long run. I still think maybe HTC Vive. If I was to just pick any of them for free, I'd get that, but
same.
The Razer has got my most interest right now, as in this has the potential to replace that.
Yeah, I still don't think I'm going to get a VR headset until like generation 2 or 3, and they become a bit more affordable. There's more software for them. They do have my interest. I really like the idea. So
yeah, I'm wondering if they're selling this thing at a loss, because $400 is half the price as the other sets.
It could just be cheaper, so that's why I'm saying don't get your hopes up.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is Razer, and I don't think they're exactly hiding the fact that it's going to be a little bit weaker than the other sets, but for the money, it's basically the entry-level VR set that I'd be likely to get over the other ones.
Sure, they might not be technically as awesome, but as long as the thing's functional and you can play certain games on it, like VR at the moment is an experience, so it still might be worthwhile, depending on what software is available. And if it's open source, that means there could be some cool indie stuff that gets developed for it.
Right, or some not cool indie stuff.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of that. And
dude, porn! That's the one that's going to have all the porn.
Oh, shit! Never mind, take it back. I'm getting my wallet right now.
Holy shit. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Didn't a porn site show up to E3?
I don't know.
I heard someone talking about it. I don't know if it was E3, but it was like Naughty America or something showed up. There were actual demos. I'm just going to fact check that real quick. But this did actually remind me of a funny story that actually did happen. You know that Final Fantasy 15 demo?
Mm-hmm.
The VR demo where you're with the girl in the car?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently everyone who actually sat down and tried out that demo, you could just stand in line and watch this. Every single man would try to like lunge up in his seat and look down her shirt. Every single man did it.
Curiosity. Either they're perverted or they're just straight up curiosity.
No, they're just human. In that.
I'd be curious. I'd have to. I'd be like, I gotta know.
If I did that, I'd open up the VR set, wink at everybody in line, put it back up, and then stand up and just start rubbing my balls.
Just like, you like hold your hand out and then like start thrusting like face fucking her.
Yeah. Anime tits.
Fuck yeah.
I'm in public. That makes it better.
Okay. Shit. So the story.
I'm sorry, did I get you with that?
Yes.
Oh, I was right. Naughty America did show up at E3. That's funny. E3 is going to turn into a porn convention once VR just takes off.
that'd be hilarious. Like, That's what humanity becomes, like all religions abandoned because VR porn is just too good.
Everyone's backing out of E3, and that's going to become more and more of the trend every year after this. And that's why I'm saying more and more porn people are going to show up. It's just going to turn into a porn convention.
So I have two stories, and the first one is tinyBuild. As a game developer, they developed No Time to Explain, as well as they published games such as Speedrunners and Punch Club. They put up their own first-party website where you could buy their games from. They were hit with a ton of credit card fraud, and a ton of those games ended up on G2A, which we have discussed before, and why this is bad for developers. And this is a specific case of a developer actually coming forward and pointing the finger right at G2A. They released an article on their website saying that they lost a ton of money due to stolen credit cards and G2A. And then G2A shot back and actually defended itself in a, what can be described as incredibly political way. They demanded that G2A show them the supposed stolen, quote unquote, keys, Steam keys. Yeah. Show us the key, the game key list and all that. And like they defended themselves in a really kind of like, we're the good guys, you stop blaming us kind of way.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to take sides here because I don't know the full story and I don't want to be wrong, but it sounds like G2A is being fucked up about this.
Yeah, G2A is shady as fuck. This is just more of G2A being not only shady as fuck, but acting like a politician. So,
like I said, I would only buy from a developer that I didn't want my money to go to.
Oh, that's where I should get Legacy of the Void. Oh, wait, I already bought Legacy of the Void.
Fuck! Yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
Well, I like Blizzard for other reasons, but...
I mean, people used to just pirate for that, but DRM checkers, so now we can just buy from third-party retailers.
Fuck yeah!
Stick it to the man!
Yep. And the only other story I have is Mighty Number 9 came out, and oh my god, I'm going to do a 180 on my opinion, still having not played the game. That game looks like horseshit.
Oh, wow, okay.
You know what the game looks like graphically, right? It's pretty fucking simplistic with nothing going on. The levels to me look really barren and empty. People are still reporting a fucking FPS issue with how much that game has been delayed and just how low-key those graphics are.
I saw that the PS4 version will lock itself at 40 in some areas.
Oh my god!
And then it'll go up and down, I guess.
Yeah, it's just this game is a fucking dumpster fire from everything I've read, everything I've seen on YouTube. I've watched some gameplay. Like God, those levels, the level design is awful. There's I remember playing Mega Man. It felt like you were always moving forward, not like just left to right forward, but like actually advancing through the stage. You were always killing enemies or doing an objective or something, or learning how a mechanic works for that level. Mighty Number 9 levels just feel really dumbed down and barren with not a lot going on.
I've been reading some of the reception regarding this game, and it's not getting received well at all.
No.
And the thing about the art style is kind of it's very clear to me just by looking at it, why didn't they make it cartoony like Mega Man? Why not make it 2D? Actually, I just don't understand the art style they went with. It just seemed unnecessary, and nobody liked it anyway.
Yeah, and on top of that, the Mighty Number 9 was day of release. They then further delayed it for the 360, Mac, and Linux as a further just a kick in the dick.
I just read that it is rumored to be bricking Wii U's.
Wow,
it's rumored.
I kind of hope that's true in a sick kind of way.
Yeah, that's
make this the worst game ever.
Officially. Yeah. Usually people have to hack the game to get their consoles to brick, not just playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fucked. I wonder if they're going to be issuing out refunds. I don't think Nintendo would like that if that turns out to be fact. Well, it says Deep Silver responded by declaring a patch was already in progress, indicating that at least some of the cases of bricking has been confirmed. Okay, yeah, so it's happening.
Wow, that is magic.
Yeah.
And the bad kind.
Reports are also coming in that Day 1 DLC for the character of Rey contains typos, what appear to be script notes, and allegedly unspoken lines, which nonetheless appear as subtitles. Well,
another issue is that if you were back the game via Kickstarter, you're supposed to get two keys for DLC, the Retro and the Rey DLC, and instead they were just giving everybody 2 Retro DLCs, so even on that end, they were fucking shit up.
So it's safe to say Infune is probably not going to be getting too much.
I think everybody's kind of realizing Infune is sort of
there's a reason why everyone in Japan hates him.
Yeah.
It's funny how that happens. He was kind of the fallen hero, and then once this happens, now everyone realizes, Capcom had a reason to boot him.
He's like the Lionhead Studios guy whose name escapes me at the moment. David Cage as well.
Oh yeah,
like Black and White and Well, dude, Peter Molyneux. He obviously cannot manage his money and his time, and when you tie this in with all the other stuff that happened, where like they announced like a cartoon show and another game and all this shit, it's really easy.
Wow, make the fucking game good first.
Yeah, in the YouTube link I sent you, basically what it is it's comparing the release version of Mighty Number 9, where they're playing an actual stage, compared to a demo that they made in 7 days as a sort of this is what we, on their Kickstarter page. They created it in 7 days. They created a tech demo, and the tech demo looks way fucking better than like a serious step down.
They say there's some competition, I think it's annual or something, where they tell game devs they have, what is it, a day to make a game, or is it a week to make a game? I don't know.
I think there are 2 competitions. One, there's the 7-day and the 24-hour one.
Okay.
I've played some of those games before. And
one of them is Receiver. That game. Games like that come out and just kind of wow you with what people can do in such a short time frame. And then, yes, Mighty Number 9, that's why people are calling it a scam.
Mm-hmm. It definitely shows that Infune is not really a game dev. He is an art director and a businessman. And he should not have been put in charge. And to somebody like me who loves Mega Man, I didn't back the game. I'm glad I missed out on backing this game. But it definitely still shits on my heart a little bit, thinking about what could have been.
I hope that Castlevania game doesn't disappoint.
There's some key differences there. First off, I'm going to be getting a playable demo of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night soon, which is cool. It's going to be the playable demo that they had at E3. It's just like the start of the game, so it's going to be very basic. But the difference is, hold on, let me see if I can find the right. No, that's another thing. I kickstarted like 3 or 4 things, so. I kickstarted a card game made by Cyanide and Happiness called The Joking Hazard. And then I kickstarted the Dark Souls board game.
Oh, neat. I kickstarted it was called Super Mario Brothers Z. It was this Flash series that was on Newgrounds, and it was amazing. And then the creator didn't finish it, and then he gave permission to a bunch of other animators to make a movie to like tie up the story. And then I had a Kickstarter, and I'm like, isn't this going to get shut down by Nintendo? Oh, well, I donated like $10 or something, and then I got shut down. And I got immediately refunded, but that's still, I was like, okay, well, that's the one Kickstarter I've ever donated to, and it got closed immediately. Maybe I shouldn't donate anymore because I'm like a curse. I just Googled Star Citizen because now that's going to be the big one, the make or break for Kickstarter. And more and more, I'm just reading everyone's talking about like it's a scam, and Chris Roberts is scamming everybody, and I am still hoping, and I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm just blindly optimistic, but I'm still not really clear on what the negativity is about, other than just he's got so much money it's going to be impossible to live up.
I actually have quite a few games that were at one point on Kickstarter, and they're good games. Shovel Knight is a big one.
FTL.
Thank you. Faster Than Light is another one. Darkest Dungeon as well. I mean, there's success stories that come from Kickstarter. I feel like the bad ones get way more press because if a game's good, you have to like that kind of game and buy the game to enjoy it. Whereas if the game's bad, you don't have to buy it. You can just enjoy the train wreck. So in a way, Mighty Number 9 is the gift that keeps on giving for fucking everybody.
That seems to be the one that gets the most news regarding.
And then, like you said, Star Citizen, I think, might turn out to be an even... Like, if this is a dumpster fire, Star Citizen could be like a train crashing into like an elementary school and killing everybody. So, but the difference between Mighty Number 9 and Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is Koji Igarashi, or just Iga. I constantly get emails since I backed the game about like, this is the state of things. This is the art. This is what we're up to now. Here's some footage of the actual game and it's playable. Here's some shots of the scenery. And he takes feedback and changes shit. Like early on, a lot of people, myself included, were pointing out like, hey, we don't like the shaders. The shaders don't look that good on the characters. And they actually did listen to that feedback. And then like about a week and a half later, we got another email like, these are the new shaders. And like, thank you for sharing your opinion. Okay, and on top of that, all they're doing is the base game. They have a bunch of stretch goals, but all they're doing is the base game. They're just doing the main character and the castle, the starting game, and then they'll release the extra stuff later. And this is really important. from my understanding, Mighty Number 9, they ported it to a bunch of shit and they try to do all those ports themselves. Whereas with Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, they're like, we're going to give you a Vita port, but we're going to have another company do it. So we're just going to focus on the base game, making it good on PC and consoles. And I don't even know if they're doing the Wii U version themselves. I think there's a big enough difference that if Bloodstained is shitty, it's not going to become because of mismanagement, like Mighty Number 9 was. But we'll see. It could all be for naught.
I remember all the hype and celebration. Oh yeah, Infune's sticking it to Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
We got this. Give them your money.
Yep. Another one is Death Strand could be like this too, except it's Sony kicking the bill to have, Hideo Kojima just be like, I'm just going to jerk off on this monitor and release it.
I'm partially in the belief maybe they just know they're going to be throwing money in a pit and they don't care. They just want that.
I think it's because they know that if they just like release it with the right advertising campaign, even if the game's shitty, it will sell like crazy.
Yeah, Kojima doesn't really seem like somebody who would like to. But if Hideo Kojima did his own Kickstarter, I never fucking pay. I never send him money. No fucking way.
Yeah,
he would just go crazy with it and be bankrupt instantly.
I made the opening cinematic. Well, I made half of it. It cost you $2 million. Yeah, the Kickstarter's all gone. So
he has to run
seconds.
He has like 10 different Kickstarters for like different parts of the game. One of them is the cutscenes. One is the writing. Way at the bottom is the actual gameplay. That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's all I got. So I sincerely hope that if you listen to this podcast, you did not back Mighty Number 9. If you did, sorry. I don't know if I'm going to get it now. I might get it on sale just to like cry about how bad it is. Anyway. Hey, Ryan.
You can get it from g2a.com. What?
Oh, dude. I wonder if that's on. Holy shit. I'm just going to go to G2A really quick and see if Mighty Number 9 is on there.
People are like, I don't even want this. Fuck this.
I'm not seeing it. Dude, you get Shadows of Mordor for $5. Too bad it's probably stolen.
Yeah. Well, it's an old game. Okay, well, I was Googling.
Mighty Number 9's not showing up.
I was Googling around for that Star Trek Bridge Crew game, and apparently Ubisoft owns the Star Trek game license now, I think. I don't know when this happened or why no one wrote about it, because that seemed like kind of significant. It was
Ubisoft?
Yes, Bethesda had it for a long time, and then they put out three games instantly in the same window. I own all three of them. Star Trek Tactical Assault for the DS, Star Trek Encounters for the PS2, and Star Trek Legacy for the 360. All of them were like mediocre. While looking for that VR game, it led me to a Ubisoft site, and it's showing the games Bethesda made on the Ubisoft site with their logo on it. Well, it's got Bethesda there too, but Ubisoft now owns it, I guess. That's
maybe Ubisoft is now like producing and selling those games.
Yeah.
Like manufacturing. That's the only thing I could guess. Or is it doing updates or something? I don't know.
All I know is Activision made really good Star Trek games, even though they were Activision. It has to be Ubisoft. Right after I declared Ubisoft my most hated publisher, they get my favorite license of anything. Of course. This is how the world works. Fucking wonderful. Well, great.
I wonder how hard the internet would shit itself if they made Call of Duty Star Trek.
What, like Star Trek Call of Duty gameplay, or like a Call of Duty game?
Literally, like that would be the title of the game, Call of Duty Star Trek.
I'd buy it. I don't give a fuck. The Elite Force games are really good. I always wanted an Elite Force 3, but I don't think Ubisoft would do that. There was a really shitty Gears of War clone called Star Trek, and I played through it, and it was fucking horrible. We should play it together. I had co-op.
Fuck yeah, I love co-op.
Yeah.
Co-op can even make shitty games fun.
Yeah, Mighty Number 9 has co-op. We should play that. Not really, but maybe we should.
Maybe we should.
Maybe once we get tired of hurting ourselves with Resident Evil, we'll just be like, what other shit else? Get Mighty Number 9, get Star Trek, let's do it. Hard mode. Everything.
And then we can open up a live stream called We Hate Ourselves.
That's not bad. I like that.
Watch us slowly commit suicide while we play video games.
Drink ourselves to death while we play shitty game co-op. You might be onto something. We might be onto something. I'll give this some thought.
Mm-hmm. So if you like this podcast, you'd listen to this one, you've given us a little bit of your time, and even despite my shit attitude and crying and bitching like a little girl, thank you. Hey, Ryan, where can you find our amazing quality product?
You can find our amazing motivational podcast every week on iTunes, YouTube, and explosionofhappiness.com for the complete archive of everything if you want to start from the beginning. We probably got well over like 50 hours of just our voices going back and forth. So if you want to hate our voices, just listen to it all in one run. I know I do.
Soothing.
Yeah.
That like calms me somehow. And hey, as this final word, if you're on the internet and somebody's sucking at a video game or something, just don't yell at them. Or maybe tell them, hey, you'll get better. Be nice. Or tell them that they're a COD kid and they should, kill themselves just like everybody else, because fitting it is important. I have no idea where I'm going with this.
Here's this crazy idea. Usually when you encourage someone, not only do they stop sucking, there's sort of this back and forth exchange. Like, you learn something, they learn something. Maybe you make a friend. I don't know. Magic happens sometime. Or yes, you can just call them a COD kitty and tell them to kill themselves and tell them that they're cancer. Even though you're cancer, and all of you are cancer. Even I'm cancer, this podcast is cancer. We're all cancer. The human race is cancer.
Wow, Ryan, you sound salty.
I'm so salty. So salty. So salty.
Until next week, goodbye.
Salty.
Hello, welcome to Explosion of I Fucking Hate Video Games. This is now a sports podcast. I think the Mariners are doing well.
Oh, that's neat. The Mariners are still around?
I think so.
I have to ask that once a year.
Either that or Kansas City bought them, I'm not sure.
Well, they've been dead to me for about fucking 20 years.
So the exact moment you stopped being a kid and became an adult?
I remember that one season where they almost made it to the World Series, like one game before it, and then they lost.
Oh yeah, I refused to lose and all that.
Yeah, that was so exciting. That's kind of where I just stopped caring about baseball completely after that, and I always hope maybe if they ever start winning again someday and all the hype comes back, I might watch them, but I don't even know who the fucking players are. Is Ichiro even still with them?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
They have a South Korean guy named Deo, and whenever he takes the mound, they'll start playing, that once on Deo, one day say, and everybody starts going Deo, and that's kind of fun.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Actually, the Mariners died for me when Jay Buhner left because he was my favorite.
I actually met Jay Buhner once at a toy store when he was with his son, and I was there with my dad because I was a little boy at the time. That was pretty cool. I just said hi. My dad said don't bug him too much, but yeah, I like Jay Buhner.
Yeah, that's cool. I played his position on my 13-year-old baseball. I don't remember what league it was, but I was really good. Our team was fucking terrible. We were like the worst in the league, but I was the only player on the team who could catch a ball. So the coach made little player cards at the end of the year, like little fake trading cards for us, and with like write down like our specialities or like the special trivia, the things we did. Awesome. And mine was managed to catch the ball or something. Well, he didn't word it like that, but I don't remember the terminology. Basically, I caught, a pop fly into the left field.